Hey man, how are you doing? Just went on a walk and thought I would record this video while it's still nice and quiet. I just remembered that just how nice it feels to just sit on a bench in the middle of nature and just gaze around, and look at what's around you and go on a walk with the dogs. The cat came with me this time. And just feel quietness, just feel calmness. It's very easy to just get caught up in so many different things and do so many different activities all the time. It's easy to get lost in other people's expectations of you and your own expectations, in your fears of wanting to be liked, wanting to be known and understood and wanted in itself by other people. And at least for me, that's really made a lot of noise in my life, a lot of unnecessary noise. As much as I like knowing that people are there and they care about me and they give a shit and they want to be in my life. I guess I just need moments like this of just absolute quietness and calmness to just realize that it's not necessary. It's not necessary to be constantly afraid of what other people think and constantly trying to look a certain way, even without actually meaning to. I mean, I don't mean to try and look like I'm all cool and I got all my shit figured out. I'm not. I haven't got all my shit figured out, but I just sometimes I just have a few moments like this and I just realize, what the hell am I doing, bro? You know, I'm living a life that I'm not fully proud of. I'm living a life where I'm not fully at peace with myself, and that's not okay. You know, in our lives, we should focus the most on making ourselves happy. I was watching BoJack Horseman. It's actually a really good show. Whatever some people might say, it's a great show. And there was this one line from this one guy that said something like, you know, making yourself happy is one of the biggest responsibilities you have towards yourself. And someone said, well, isn't it selfish, to put your happiness above other people in general? And I was like, well, you know, oh, my dogs are everywhere. Can you hear them? And no, no, man. Sometimes no. I mean, unless you're going to actively hurt and make the lives of the people that you love and the people who are around you hell, if you're not going to do that, and if you're not going to, I don't know, affect other people around you with your actions in whatever way, it could be physical, it could be mental, psychological, and stuff like that. If it's not something that you're doing and which you actively know and you understand that you're doing, and you still choose to do it and you hurt other people, then don't do that. That's a bad idea. That's not what I mean. But if you can just be happy without actually messing around with other people's lives, then sure, absolutely go for it, man. It's not a selfish thing to do. It's not a selfish thing to find your own happiness, to find your own peace, or at least to try to find that, to try to find different balances and different ways to go at life. As long as you don't bring other people down, you can do whatever the hell you want, man. Whatever you think will make you happy. Sometimes I'm scared that, the way that I want to be and everything, it doesn't align with what the people around me want. Like, I don't know, I just want to live a life where I am constantly on the move, where I'm constantly doing stuff, like I'm not just sitting around being a fucking useless piece of shit. Like, I want to have a life where I actually matter to the people around me. That's why I want to join the military. That's why I want to become a military officer, a tank commander, because maybe that's one way to positively influence the lives of the people that are with me. I can make a difference in a positive way. There's plenty of ways to do that, and I think this is just the way that I want to do it myself. There's lots of moral and ethical, I don't know, contradictions here, but in the end, you choose what makes you happy. You choose that what you do will make you happy, and try not to take other people's word and, I don't know, desires into it. I mean, if somebody tells you something with good faith, then take it for what it is. Take it as someone who says something to you with good faith. But if someone's just trying to like bullshit you or something, don't take it. Live your life. Do random shit. Be happy. I mean, time is gonna pass by, and you're just gonna sit, and you're gonna realize that all of these beautiful opportunities passed you by, and you didn't really do much. You didn't really bring something special out from these things. And you're going to feel lost. You're going to feel scared, and you're going to feel afraid. Right now, if you're watching this, you're probably a young person, so this may feel like it's a distant thing, but I sometimes, whether I like it or not, my brain just makes it up in my mind, just makes up these scenarios where I just live an unfulfilling life, where I just end up being like 40, 50 years old, 60, and just realize that this isn't the life that I wanted. And at that point, there's nothing else you can do. At that point, your childhood is gone, your younger years are gone. You're slowly turning into an old person, and for some people, that's terrifying. Especially for those who haven't done what they wanted to do with their lives. That is a terrifying, terrifying thought. I don't know, man. Maybe we all just need some quiet place that we can go back to every once in a while to just think about stuff. But I really think that there are certain things that we cannot trade in this world. I mean, we can make lots of compromises. We can, and we do every day. And I think that's for the better most of the time. But happiness, I mean, I don't know. It's a very weird term that people just throw around, and I guess I throw it around too sometimes. But let's call it, I don't know, peace of mind. Let's call it peace. Because I guess when you feel happy, you feel like you are at peace with yourself, and then everything feels better. And then life is a lot better, and you feel like you can take a lot more of whatever life has to throw at you. Don't let anyone or anything take that peace away from you. There are there are things that can happen in this world which might affect that peace every once in a while. A family member gets sick, a family member needs your help, a friend needs your help, your lover is in a tough position. All of these different kinds of things that can happen. Your dog is sick, I don't know. Lots of things can affect your peace of mind, and you should definitely help the people that you love. That's absolutely what you need to do, but don't reach the point where you feel like you're responsible for the other person's happiness, where you're responsible for the other person's well-being, because you're not. People choose their lives. Everyone chooses their life, and you shouldn't break your back over that. I do that lots of times. I do that way too much. I just constantly put it on myself that I need to help people, that I need to help people see the right thing and see how they can become healthier people, how they can do better in overall life. And I try my best, and I always try to give advice and everything, but sometimes I get awfully disappointed. Awfully disappointed. And I break myself. And for days and maybe weeks or maybe months, I'm just fucked. I just feel like I am drained. Like I don't want anything or anyone in my life anymore. Like I just want to be alone. And then I realized, oh, isn't that because I tried to get this guy to stop smoking because I care about him and I don't want him to actively ruin his health or his body and his life, and also like affect me and other people that he loves in the same situation. Well, it's an honorable thing that I'm trying to do, but fuck, if that person doesn't want to listen, if that person just chooses to break their health, destroy their well-being, destroy their own peace of mind, in the end, you should just let it go. In the end, that person, I don't know. In the end, like just in general, when you try to help people and you clearly see that what they're doing is not okay and you can offer them help and they just don't take it, or, it's not the way that you imagine, and you just feel like you're placing your entire life and your entire happiness and your entire identity on that person's well-being, that can really mess you up. I've done that and I keep doing it sometimes, and it affects me a lot. It does. But what is that? I think there was a bug. Anyway, you just have to realize which battles need to be fought, and you might take the romantic answer, which is just, oh well, whatever it is, I'll fight and I'll argue and I'll do whatever I need to get this person to be okay because I care about them and everything else. And that was my approach. That was my approach to almost everything. I just thought to myself, you know what? I'm gonna fight for this person. If this person doesn't want to fight for themselves, I'm gonna fight for them. No, it's like the U.S. Army the coalition forces going into Afghanistan, trying to help out the Afghanis, and their own fucking personal military and militias wasn't doing anything. They were just getting high on heroin and weed and opium. Or they were just running away from firefights. And the coalition forces were dying and sending their own fucking kids, like 20-year-olds, to go and fucking get killed and blown up. And in the end, they had to pull out 20 years later because the people there, most of them, I'm not saying that everyone, I don't exactly know the situation entirely, but you can imagine that most of the people in those militias that were trained and hired to fight against the Taliban, they weren't really trying their best. They were just there because maybe they would get some money and they would get paid, or I don't know. They just randomly found themselves there. Of course, exceptions, but it's the same. They tried their best and they fucking killed hundreds, maybe thousands of people to get to the place where Afghanistan could be a free country, but Most people didn't really want to help and be implicated in that, so they had to leave. And now the Taliban's are just doing whatever the fuck they want in that country, and you just can't help it. And I guess it's pretty similar with people, and I guess it's pretty similar with most things in general. I don't know what the right answer is. I really don't know, because right now I'm at the point where I ever feel like I should try my best to help people, but at the same time, I feel like that's not really doing anything. It's only making the relationship that I have with other people worse. But then, like, what's the point of me fighting? What's the point of me being in a friendship, in a relationship, in any other place with people that don't want and don't need my help, and they don't want to be better? Like, you just think to yourself, what's the point then? Why am I here? You know? And the answer is, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's the best thing you should do. I guess for some people it doesn't matter that much. But this is something that I care about a lot, and I just have to find some way to not let that affect my peace of mind. Because fuck, if I keep living the way I've been living the past few months, I'm gonna end up in the grave soon. Not because of killing myself, not because of anything else, no, just because my fucking cortisol has been through the fucking roof all the time. I'm shortened of breath. I cannot breathe fucking properly. I feel like my chest is exploding. It's like full of pressure and everything, and I just cannot fucking relax and calm down. One day I'm just gonna get a fucking cancer and die because I am constantly fucking stressed out about this. And that's not okay. You try to help people, and in the end, you just hurt them and you hurt yourself. I really wish that the people who are on the receiving end, they would try to listen. They would actually try to imagine how it feels for the other person to be in that situation and what they're trying to do to help. And maybe I'm asking for too much. Maybe I'm asking for something that is too distant. I don't know, but I guess having peace of mind is what we're all trying to achieve, and I guess worrying about other people so much and trying to help them when they don't even really care that much, and just stressing yourself out over stuff that isn't even part of your actual life. I mean, yeah, they are part of your life, and that's why I guess in a way you're stressing out so much, because you're spending time with those people and you don't want to be around people who don't, like, want to be better people, who don't want to be healthier, who don't want to be better, and I don't know, smarter and more intelligent and more yada yada yada, whatever it is. And it affects you, but I don't know. I don't know, because at the same time, I guess you're never going to find a perfect person, but I guess maybe if someone's listening to this and they're on the receiving end, they have someone that's trying to help, maybe you should try to consider what the other person's saying, and just try to understand how it is for that person too, and try to actually consider the advice that they're giving out, and really, really try your best. Try your best to get in a better position, because if not, then what's the point? What's the point of life if we just settle for nothing? If we just settle for being mediocre and unhealthy and miserable, and what's the point? And what's the point in not having peace of mind and constantly being stressed out and messed up and constantly on the brink of breaking down? There is no point in that. I guess that's something I need to understand too. It's I hate talking about this. I hate it so much because it really makes me sad all the time. And I guess anyone's who's in the same position as me can really relate. They can feel the same that, there's things that you try to do to help people and you just feel like what you're saying doesn't matter. It's like, fuck, what's the point in anything then? I don't know. I don't know what we should do. I don't know what each individual should do, but I guess we should all try to be more considerate and each other, put ourselves more in other people's shoes, especially in the shoes of the people who care about us, who want to help us. And try your best at life, at whatever you're doing, try your best. Never settle for less. Never settle for something stupid. Never settle for something comfortable. Do more. Be better. Sometimes I need to tell myself that because I realize that I'm just falling prey to comfort and just overall fucking mediocrity, and I don't want that. I feel like that's that's not me, and every time that I give in more to that, I just become a different person. And I don't recognize myself anymore. And I don't know who I am anymore. That's a terrifying thing, to lose your identity, and especially to see that you're turning into something that you hate. So be very careful. Listen to and try to understand what people are saying and figure out a way forward, man. Take care of yourself, take care of the people that you love, and try your best to help and be helped. Take care, man.